Death makes life possible. Friends, thank you for being here today. Let's talk about the one thing we all avoid: death. For thousands of years, people have used fear of death to control us. It works because we can't see beyond it. But what if we've been thinking about death all wrong? Maybe death isn't this dramatic end we imagine. Maybe it's just more of what's already happening. You're dying right now. Every single day, cells die and new ones replace them. St. Paul talked about dying unto death. He meant having such strong faith that death loses its power. But dying unto death is also natural. It's been happening in our cells for billions of years. Life and death are partners, not enemies. Watch a tree drop its leaves, and you'll see it. Biologists view death as life's way of regenerating. The old makes room for the new. But that sounds cold when we're talking about you, about your own death, about the end of everything you know. Nobody wants to face that. I get it. Yet here's the truth. Only by facing death can you truly live. Real passion for life isn't frantic. It doesn't come from fear. Right now, most people unconsciously feel they're stealing time, grabbing moments before death catches up. When you see yourself as part of eternity, this fear vanishes. Abundance replaces scarcity. Let me ask you something simple. When you're a grandparent, you won't be a baby anymore, or a teenager, or a young adult. So when it's time for heaven, which version shows up? Most people look baffled by this question. But it's not frivolous at all. You're not the same person you were at 10 years old. Your body has completely changed. None of the same molecules remain. Your mind is different too. You don't think like a child anymore. The 10-year-old you once were is dead. The 2-year-old before that? Also dead. Life seems continuously only because of memories and desires. But these shift constantly too. Your body comes and goes. Your mind with its thoughts and emotions. Same thing. You're aware of being yourself without clinging to any age. You found something mysterious. The observer within. The witness. This witnessing awareness never changes while everything else does. It's the self to whom all experiences happen. Holding on to who you are right now would be futile. Your body and mind won't stay this way. People imagine taking their ideal self to heaven. But we all know there was never an ideal age. Life needs to be fresh. It must renew itself constantly. If you could beat death and stay exactly as you are, you'd only mummify yourself. You're dying at every moment so you can keep creating yourself. Think about what we've established. You're not in the world. The world is in you. You're not in your body. Your body is in you. You're not in your mind. Your mind is in you. There's no place in your brain where you can be found. Your brain doesn't consume one molecule of glucose to maintain your sense of self. So when we say the soul leaves the body at death, that's backwards. The body leaves the soul. Your body is already coming and going. At death, it just leaves without coming back. The soul can't leave because it has nowhere to go. If you're not going anywhere when you die, you must already be there. Let me show you what I mean. What did you eat for dinner last night? Got it? Good. Now, where was that memory before I asked you? There's no picture of your dinner imprinted in your brain. No taste or smell stored there either. When you bring up a memory, you're actualizing an event. Synaptic fairings produce it complete with visuals, taste, and smell. Before you actualize it, a memory has no location. It's part of a field of potential, of energy, of intelligence. You have the potential for memory. This is infinitely vaster than any single memory. This field extends invisibly in all directions. It's being itself. You are the field. We make a mistake when we identify with events that come and go. These are isolated moments. Single blips as the field gets actualized. The underlying reality is pure potential. This is also called the soul. The ancient sages of India had a special term for this. Akasha. Soul space. The field of awareness. When you die, you don't go anywhere. You're already in the dimension of Akasha, which is everywhere. Imagine a house with 4 walls and a roof. If the house burns down, the walls and roof collapse. But the space inside isn't affected at all. Build a new house, and the space inside still hasn't changed. A house just divides unbounded space into inside and outside. This division is an illusion. Your body is like that house. It's built at birth and burns down when you die. Yet the Akasha, the soul space, remains unchanged. It remains unbounded. The cause of all suffering is not knowing who you are. If you are the unbounded field, then death is not what we feared. The purpose of death is to imagine yourself into a new form. You imagine yourself into this particular lifetime. After death, you'll dip back into the unknown. Then you'll imagine your next form. Right now, you're bringing up new thoughts by actualizing your potential. The same process probably produced who you are now. Think about your TV. When you push a button, you change from one channel to another. Until you press the remote, those programs don't exist on the screen. It's as if they don't exist at all. Yet each program is in the air as electromagnetic vibrations, complete and intact, waiting to be selected. In the same way, you exist in Akasha before your body picks up the signal. Before your mind expresses it in the three-dimensional world. Your soul is like the multiple channels available on TV. Your karma picks the program. What will it be like when you die? It might be like changing channels. Imagination will continue doing what it's always done, popping new images up on the screen. If you believe in heaven and hell, going to one will be your experience. The creative machinery of consciousness will produce that experience. To someone without that belief, these images might appear as blissful dreams or childhood themes unspooling. But if you go to another world after death, that world will be in you, just like this one is. Heaven and hell are as real as the tree outside your window, and just as unreal. The absolute break between life and death is an illusion. You can live fully right now by knowing you can never die. Let that sink in for a moment. When you stop identifying with what comes and goes, you identify with what's timeless, with the witness, with awareness itself. This isn't about believing in an afterlife. It's about recognizing what you already are. You are not a person who has awareness. You are awareness having a personal experience. The fear of death comes from thinking you're the house, but you're the space. The fear comes from thinking you're the channel, but you're the electromagnetic field. The fear comes from thinking you're the wave, but you're the ocean. Once you see this, death loses its grip. Not because you've conquered it, but because there's nothing to conquer. You can't die because you were never born. Not as the awareness you truly are. Your body was born. Your mind was born. Your personality was born. But the witness? The observer? The field of pure potential? That has always been. That will always be. This is not philosophy. This is not wishful thinking. This is veritable in your own experience. Right now, as I speak, you are aware. You are witnessing these words. You are present. That awareness has been with you since childhood. It's the same awareness that will be there tomorrow. It doesn't age. It doesn't change. It doesn't fear. Bodies age. Minds change. Emotions come and go. But awareness simply is. When you rest in this knowing, life becomes precious without becoming desperate. You can love deeply without clinging. You can engage fully without attachment. You can face death without fear because you know it's just another doorway. Another channel. Another wave arising in the ocean. The ancient sages were right. We are not in the universe. The universe is in us. We are not mortal beings having occasional spiritual experiences. We are eternal awareness having a temporary human experience. Death doesn't end this. Death is how awareness explores new possibilities. New forms, new expressions. Think of it as the ultimate creative act. The ultimate freedom. When this body falls away, awareness doesn't disappear. It simply stops localizing itself here. It becomes free to localize elsewhere, or it may not localize at all for a while. It may simply rest in its own nature. Either way, you continue, not as this person, but as what you truly are. So what do we do with this understanding? We live. We live fully. We live fearlessly. We stop postponing joy until we feel safe. We stop holding back love until we feel certain. We dive in. We engage. We create. We connect. Because death isn't waiting to end our story. Death is part of how our story unfolds. Every ending makes room for a new beginning. Every closing makes room for a new opening. This moment you're experiencing right now, it's already dying into the next moment, and the next, and the next. This is not tragedy. This is how life dances. You are not a static thing trying to survive. You are a dynamic process trying to express. You are creativity itself wearing a temporary form. So when people ask what happens after death, I say this: whatever you can imagine, and probably far more. Because imagination is eternal. Consciousness is eternal. You are eternal. The details may vary. The form may change. The location may shift. But you, the real you, the awareness reading these words, that never dies because it was never born. That's not something to believe. That's something to realize. To know. To be. And when you do, everything changes. Fear becomes curiosity. Clinging becomes freedom. Death becomes transformation. Life becomes infinitely precious not because it's brief, but because it's eternal, expressing itself in time. You are both the dancer and the dance, both the wave and the ocean, both the form and the formless. Death doesn't take this away. Death reveals it more fully. So I leave you with this. Don't wait until your deathbed to realize you never die. Realize it now. Live from it now. Let every moment be both a death and a birth. Let every breath be both an ending and a beginning. This is not morbid. This is liberation. This is not dark. This is the deepest light. This is not the end of anything. This is the recognition of what has no end. You are that which makes life possible. You are that which makes death possible. You are the eternal witness to both. the unchanging ground of all change. Know this. Be this. Live this. And death will never touch you, because you were never separate from life to begin with. Thank you.